Welcome to another brand new tutorial. Today we are going to do a picture gallery like this, and we are going to do it inside our VS Code. So I already have my VS Code over here. Okay, I have my VS Studio here, and inside my VS Studio I have 8 pictures here, and I also have my Sass. I'm actually writing my CSS. I'll be writing my CSS inside my Sass. Okay, and I also have my index.html. Okay, so I write my CSS inside my Sass, and it will be saved into our style.css. Okay, so without wasting time, let's get right into our code. Okay, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to use our VS Studio inbuilt template. So we enter Shift and then our exclamation mark over here. Then we press on Enter. Okay, so over here we are going to name it Photo Gallery. We name our title as Photo Gallery, and we save it. Okay, so we open it with live. Okay, so I have it over here. You see, I have my title here. Okay, so we are going to write it inside. Okay, so first of all, we're going to create a section. So section, then dot. We add our class by entering dot. So photo. Then we enter our ID also by entering hash photo. Okay, then we press on enter. Okay, over here let's enter our heading. Okay, so we've entered our heading, header dot heading class, and we also enter our ID, the same name, heading. Okay, then we are going to store our header inside a span. Okay, so photo gallery. Okay, so here it is. Then we create our container for our images. So div dot container. Then over here let's create our 8 images. So I'm first of all going to create just one image like this. Add set images, card 1. Then I name it as my picture 1. Then I copy it 8 times, since I'm going to create 8 images. So we are going to copy it 8 times. 5, 6. Okay, and we rename it card 3, card 4. Card 8. Okay, so let's just rename our picture 2, pic 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so let's see whether we have all our 8 pictures. Okay, so we have all our 8 pictures over here. Okay, so we are going to link our star.css inside here. Okay, so we will be writing our code inside our star.scss, and it will get saved into our star.css. Okay. Okay, so we are done with our index.html. Next, we are going to add our style sheet over here. We have it. Okay, so we are going to write it inside our star.scss. That is, we are going to write it inside the Sass, and it will get saved inside our star.css. Okay, so I have over here, I have my normalizer over here. That is, it will be normalized across all pages like Mozilla and Mozilla, okay, and other browsers, okay. And I also have my template that I normally use over here, okay. So first of all, we are going to target our section. So section, and set our maximum width to 1200 pixels. Then margin, we set it to auto. Okay, so we set our margin to auto. Then inside the section, since we are using Sass, we are targeting our header, and our header, it has a class of heading. Okay, so our text align, we are going to align our text in the middle. Text align is center. Let's see what happens. Okay, so over here we have our text align as center. Then let's set our font size. We set it to extra large over here. Okay, we set it to extra large. I'm using these templates over here. Okay, so I've already set my font sizes here. Okay, so let's head on to span, and our span, we are going to make all our tests uppercase. Okay, so inside the span, we make our text uppercase like this. Then let's make our weight. So font weight, we are going to make it bold. So font weight bold. Okay, so you see, we've made our text bold. Then over here, since we are going to add our hover effects, we set our position to relative. Then our display, we set it to inline block. Once we save everything, it will get saved inside our star.css. Okay, do you see? We have our section over here. Then we have our section.heading, then section.heading, and our span over here. Okay, so let's continue. Okay. So inside the span, we are going to target the before, and we use the ampersand, then like this. Okay, so before the content, we set our content to nothing now. Then our bottom to 0, our left to 0, our width to 0. Then our height, we set a height to, let's say, 3 pixels. Okay, so the background color, we set our background color to, okay, so let's set our color to purple. Okay, so once let's see something, there's no effects. Okay, so, and let's add our transition. transition, we are targeting our width. Then we set a time of 3 seconds. Then ease in. Okay, like this. Okay. So next, we target our hover. So the same ampersand hover. Then our before like this. Okay. So we set our width to 100%. So let's see what happens. Okay, nothing happens. Means that means there's a mistake somewhere. Okay, so we write our position as absolute. Okay, so everything is working now. And let's change our cursor here. Change our cursor inside the span. Let's change the cursor to pointer. So when our cursor is on the text, it will change to like this. Okay. Okay. So let's set our margin, the header. Let's set our margin is to 10 pixels over here. Okay. Or we can use our template like this. Okay. So the margin bottom. Okay. So now we are done with our header test. So we are going to now target our images. Okay. So first of all, okay, so our container, we set it to a display of flex. Then we resize our images. So we are targeting our container. Inside our container, we have our images. So img like this. So our width 250 pixels. Our height 2 to 250 pixels like this. Okay, so over here we have it like this, and you can see some of our images are outside our view like this. So let's set our flex wrap to wrap. Okay, so that we can see all the images like this. So flex wrap to wrap like this. Okay, how do you see? Okay, so we set it flex wrap to wrap like this. We have it like this. And then our container, let's set our border 5 pixels solid, and we set it to black. Okay, so let's add some padding inside it. So we add a padding of, let's say, 10 pixels. Okay, so that there will be space around it and our pictures. Okay, so justify. Let me place the pictures in the middle. Justify content. Okay, so our pictures are placed in the middle. Okay, like this. You've seen we've placed our pictures in the middle like this. Okay. And we are still on our img. And inside our img, let's set some border around our images. So border, ten pixels solid, purple. Okay, 10 pixels solid, purple. And then we set margin. Margins. Okay, we separate our images with this, you see. Okay, so let's set padding for the images. Padding 10 pixels on every side. Okay, and let's reduce our border to maybe 5 pixels because it's too big. Okay, so we have it like this. Okay, so next, let's target our hover effect. Okay, so everything is saved inside our star.css like this. Okay, so next we target our img and we target the hover effect. Okay, img is to hover, and when we hover it, let's set our transform to scale 1.05, and then we set our transition to transition effect. Okay, so let's see what happens. So nothing happens. Okay, because we are writing it like this, we are supposed to use ampersand like this. Okay, okay, so scale, we also got our scale wrong. Okay, so this is how we spell scale. So let's see whether our issue gets resolved. Okay. So let's add more margins. We set our margin to 10 pixels. 10 pixels. Okay, so that there will be enough spacing. Okay. Okay, so next, when we hover over one image, the other images must be blurred. So let's set up that effect to ampersand hover. Okay, so we set our opacity to 0.2. It means when we hover over, okay, so let's set our opacity over here to 1. Okay, so we set our opacity to 1 here, and let's see what happens. Okay, so everything now works exactly how we want it. Okay, so if you haven't yet subscribed, kindly do so that you'll be able to watch every video I upload. Okay, so I will give you a link below to where you can get all the code I used in this tutorial. We meet once again. Bye bye.